Here with Tri-County Locksmith Service, I'm with Bob from GKL Products, and they have a vast array of awesome products. I use almost everything in this booth. Mega screwdriver, this thing will take out your strip screws, it'll go through the paint, it'll go through the dirt, it'll go through everything and be able to get that screw out. Screws that are all galded and in the threshold or up in the top, this will take them out. We've got the Hulk product over here. This is for interior doors. I'll let you talk about the rest of them.
Yeah, interior doors. It's 3.5 by 3.5, 4-inch hinges. It also has the same thing with the extra A and B, and that's because you need to have different trims, and that solves some of the problems. This one here, this is our HA1, and what that's for is a 4.5-inch ball bearing or plain bearing hinge. Blue one is for a ball bearing hinge, but that's for the 5-inch ball bearing hinge.
Right.
Yeah, these been around a long time.
Institutional?
Institutional is already on the HA4.
Perfect.
It does bomber springs. It'll do odd size hinges and miscellaneous. It's sort of a catch-all.
Catch-all. If nothing else fits, that does.
Well, also it does prison hinges. Did I mention that?
Right. Yep.
Okay.
Let's go on over here to the lifter bar. Tell me about that.
This is it's lightweight. It's really strong. And what you can do with this is when you put it on under the door, you can just step on it. It'll raise it up. You move your foot left to right. It will slide the door in and out while you're putting the hinge pins in or taking it all apart.
So it's for servicing, pivot hinges, any kind of door.
Yeah, pretty much. Also, you can do it use it for safes. Not all safes. Don't get carried away, but it's a lightweight tool, and it works wonderfully.
So it'll take the tension off, so we can adjust the hinge. Perfect.
Absolutely.
All right, then we got the Hinge Doctor Demo right here.
Well, wait a minute. Here's our barricator bar.
What is it?
This is our barricator bar.
All right, barricator lock.
This thing here, a few bolts, goes right on, and it's solid. It goes on like man doors and stuff. Metal doors, wooden doors, steel frames. Just cut a notch in it, put these things on, and you're done.
And no prying on the door after that.
More like a truck.
All right, good. So let's do a demo of your Hinge Doctor here. We just slide it right on.
Yes,
you could use the crescent wrench, which is my favorite way to do it.
Yes, sir.
Pop your crescent wrench on, give it a turn, and it's going to adjust it with the door shut. That way you can't over adjust.
That's right.
It's not going to pull the screws out. It's not going to strip anything.
That's exactly
right. If you can't get your crescent wrench in there, you can use the door still, just like the old model where you pull it, give it a little pull, and it'll pull that hinge right back up.
It'll re-swage the hinge back like factory.
Every time I pull this out, it's $25 on my invoice that I add to it. And almost every single job has one of these. If people have lock issues, the #1 problem is the door is misaligned. So this will actually fix most of your locking problems without ever having to touch the lock hardware. It'll fix it faster than you can pull the lock apart and put it back together. Yeah. We'll come on around.
Wait. The other thing it does is when you have this a latch problem where it doesn't latch, the problem is you look up here, there'll be a gap. Small here, big there, and what you're going to do normally, you'll file the strike. Well, that's not the problem. The problem is the door's not right. So that's when you put this on there, and that's another option.
Solves the alignment issues.
It does.
Absolutely. Then we've got our screw kit. I carry this on the truck all the time. Every time you have a strip screw, you pull out an oversized screw, pop it in there, it sits flush, it sits nice, it looks like it's supposed to be there, and it tightens everything back up.
Also missing screws.
Missing screws.
Face plate screws, hinge screws, it has the oversized screws are 911s, are 1214s, and so forth, and just different colors. It just saves you a lot of anguish and headaches trying to dig out the screws sometimes.
Absolutely.
This is your fingertips.
Right. You want to come around over here?
This here, wait a minute.
The bridge kit.
This is very important, especially if you're going to use even just the Adams Rite stripped out hole for your on the door. Just these one little bridges will make you a ton of money just because you have it stripped out.
Right, when the mounting bolt for the Adams Rite, either deadbolt or latch bolt, doesn't matter, as long as it's Adams Rite and fits in there, these will solve that. That hole gets stripped out. The last guy that went there just really cranked on it with the mega screwdriver, stripped it out, and now it doesn't fit and doesn't hold anymore. These will give you backing support for it. They install really easy. They just click right in. They can also eliminate a lock. If you put those in there and then use the cover plates, I have done this several times where you can eliminate the lock from the equation if they need to go to a panic bar or electronic access.
Vertical rods.
Absolutely. If you have this, their problem is solved. If you don't, you have to order parts, wait for it, and then fix it. All right, coming on around here. Deadbolt fillers.
This is for your knob locks, lever locks, for 2 1/8 inch. These are kind of fancy. They come aluminum, bronze, and primer.
Right.
Okay. And the reason for that is primer is because of the door frames and stuff come red and blue and green and white today.
Right.
Okay. So it makes it just very, very convenient.
Alrighty, we already talked about the bridges a little bit, so let's talk about your kit here.
Yeah, this is a screwdriver kit. You know, hang on to that. It's a very clever. It has a lot of torque here. Goes in like that too. Quick change. Comes with lots of little pieces and parts. Also sockets. And
it integrates with your favorite socket kit. If you already have a bunch of these from a different brand, it integrates with all of them.
Yes, it makes it very convenient. Even if you have a lot of these tools or extra little tips, you never have too many tips, I'm going to tell you.
Alrighty, thanks, Bob. What's the website?
GKLProducts.com.
GKLProducts.com. Check them out.